This one is from the AITA subreddit. Am I the astronaut for canceling vacation less than 24 hours in due to my kids' behavior? My husband and I have 3 kids, 9 male, 8 male, and 3 female. The boys have been driving us crazy. They fight like cats and dogs. We've had countless talks with them about respecting each other to no avail. I understand sibling rivalry, but it's gotten to the point that it's disruptive to us all every day. I've already told my husband last week I wasn't sure if the vacation was a good idea. My husband shut me down pretty much immediately and things went ahead as planned. First of all, the 3.5-hour car ride was predictably hell. Boys fighting and riling each other up the whole time. Husband and I kept trying to reassure each other that things would be better once we got there and they would be too excited to cause trouble. We were wrong. They had so many reminders of what not to do once we got to the rental house, so they do everything wrong from the get-go. Shoes on the white furniture? Check. Running in the house? Check. I turned my back for 2 seconds and the 8-year-old threw a box of chalk in the pool to keep his brother from getting it. We went out to lunch and they were out of control in the restaurant. 9-year-old ran away from us in a strange place because he didn't get his way. We finally got to the beach and they are frankly being brats, refusing sunscreen, fighting over toys, pushing their luck repeatedly, going further and further out in the water than we told them. Cursing. By the time we got back to the house, it was around dinner time and I was fed up. They were totally ruining it for everybody. Nothing had worked and I told my husband we needed to go home. For the reasons mentioned above, mainly that they needed to see a real consequence. My husband still insisted it would get better. I put my foot down and told him that I didn't even want to be there at that point, so either I was leaving or we all were. He got super pissed and told me it was ridiculous and unfair to our daughter. I actually agree with him, but saw no other choice at this point. Of course, when I tell the kids, they immediately burst into tears and are begging to stay, promising they will behave. My mother, who came with us, was also near tears. She thinks her precious grandbabies do no wrong. She argued with me too, begging me to just let it go, but I refused to budge. So we left, less than 24 hours into a 4-day vacation. Half the ride home was spent with them sobbing, and my husband pretty much gave me the silent treatment the whole way. My mother decided to stay behind a little longer, but then started randomly texting me about 30 minutes in, asking if I was serious. She knew I was, and told me the whole reason she came was to spend time with the kids. So I had now ruined it for everybody and their only little wants. Here we are the following evening and pretty much no one likes me right now except my 3-year-old. Are they right? Am I the astronaut? If grandma was there, I mean, you've got an extra person there that you can tag in and be like, hey, would you mind taking these little shites back to the house because they are out of control and they don't need to be here, but we don't want to punish everybody. It's tough though. I mean, when you have a family, if a couple of the kids make it hell and they're unruly as a parent, you sometimes have no choice but to punish everyone by getting out of there, by removing yourself from the situation that is turning into hell. Sometimes there is no choice. I mean, trying to think about what we would specifically do in this situation, grandma being there is something that I think you could have utilized a little bit better. I think you could have said, hey, would you mind taking them back to the house? Or, hey, grandma, would you mind staying here with the girl who's not causing the problems? And we'll take the boys back to the house and they can get themselves sorted out. It could have been something different like that. But overall, I think that your 3-year-old doesn't understand and doesn't care. Your 3-year-old's going to get over it. The older boys, your 9-year-old and your 8-year-old, the 2 boys that we have are many years apart. So we didn't have that like butting heads thing that you would have with 2 boys that are 1 year apart from each other. I get that part, but dad getting pissed off and not being a unified front here with OP is a problem. We talked about teamwork in the last story. Teamwork is needed in this approach too. It is not okay. It is not cool to openly disagree with your spouse whenever it comes to some kind of disciplinary action. The flip side of that is that whenever mom was ready to make this judgment call, it really needed to be something that was communicated with her husband before just laying down the law. Teamwork only works if you both agree on things. So everybody's on a different page here. It's complicated. I'm still going to say NTA here because I don't know what else would have been the right thing. This was the right thing. There were a lot of things that could have gone differently. Maybe we're going to wear out the NTA button today. We'll see. NTA. There are some things that could have been done differently, and maybe that leads into an ASCON 4 type situation, but I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent. NTA.